Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
We know that Kody Brown of Sister Wives is hinting at a feud with Michael T. Kody Brown will probably never get weary of constantly trying to be correct, even if it means sacrificing his connections with his children. The majority of his children have been significantly estranged from the Sister Wives star. And last year, he broke up his last line with Michael T. Brown. Until recently, both had kept their cards close to the vest. Fans were prompted to think when Kody left a few breadcrumbs throughout the tell-all. What we know is as follows. What caused Michael T. Brown to distance herself from the Sister Wives cast? In a Sister Wives episode that aired in October 2024, Kody was shown making fun of Maddie Brown. Years ago, his oldest daughter and Janelle Brown had distanced themselves. However, the polygamous patriarch concluded that she was the family's gossip. Additionally, he stated that it was unfair to presume that grandparents could constantly be involved in their grandchildren's lives. On behalf of her sister, Michael T. clapped back in response to her father's thoughtless remarks. The Sister Wives actress corrected the situation on her Patreon. Instead of blaming the kids, or how they feel about his connection with his other wife, or blaming the parents, or blaming rumor, or whatever, she wrote in an insensitive video, if he just said, "Look, I recognize I did blank wrong. I apologize. Can we discuss it?" That seems like it would make a big difference. Michael T. continued after that. She continued by telling subscribers that her father owed her and her siblings an apology. "I have said, look, Dad, this situation happened," she added. "You fulfilled my request for you to accomplish this for me. We're having problems because you placed the blame elsewhere." Kody's ego, of course, never fully recovered. Kody Brown alludes to his ongoing conflict with Michael T. In the third episode of Sister Wives, Kody seems to allude to his distance from Michael T. For a very long time, fans will remember that Robin Brown was only treated kindly by Michael T. Robin and Kody have a close bond with Christine Brown's daughter. And even sent an invitation to her favorite and fourth wife to attend the birth of her twins. Therefore, something went wrong during the process. While discussing PDA, Kody disclosed that he and Robin got kicked out of the event the last time they displayed affection in front of the Browns. There haven't been many family gatherings since Michael T. uploaded her video. This would feature Garrison Brown's National Guard memorial and funeral, as well as Gwen Brown's engagement celebration. Meri Brown has been linked to turmoil, with some even claiming that she didn't support the marriage following an altercation at the funeral. Kody responded, "I'm not going there," when pressed for further information. "Yes, they seriously ****ed us. And boy, did I pay a heavy price. It's a story that just cannot be told," Kody continued, addressing the audience. "Simply put, you simply won't discuss something that is so seriously harming your life. Let's just not talk about it," he said to Suki. In response to the host's question, "Is it that traumatizing?" Kody said, "Well, I won't show PDA to Robin in front of Meri and Janelle until they get married again." Is it possible for Kody Brown to save his relationship with his children? Generally speaking, I always hope that folks will give it another go. However, Kody frequently loses sight of the fact that he is the adult. Your children are always the youngsters in the circumstance, regardless of their age. Kody's constant desire to be correct, however, is his weakness. I can see Kody deciding to ignore Garrison's siblings in favor of comforting Robin. Any Brown would be offended by that move. If so, Michael T.'s possible discontinuation of communication with the pair makes sense. Given Kody's temperament, it's likely that he was overly affectionate with Robin. Michael T. probably advised them to be more tactful, and Kody took offense. With the exception of Robin and their children, he has a strained connection with his whole family. Furthermore, the father of 18 doesn't seem to care about fixing them. Michael T. Brown, once the bridge between Kody and the kids. Michael T. Brown has long been considered one of the more even-tempered and peace-seeking members of the Brown family. Unlike some of her siblings, she maintained a working relationship with both her father and Robin Brown, his legal wife and longtime favorite. She even asked Robin to be present at the birth of her twins, a choice that set her apart from sisters like Maddie or Gwendolyn, who have been vocal about their distaste for the couple's dynamic. In this light, Mykelti's gradual withdrawal from Kody's circle has come as a surprise to many. If she, one of his most forgiving children, has reached her breaking point, what does that say about the climate within the family? The Breaking Point, October 2024's episode sparks public response. In late 2024, an episode of Sister Wives aired that sent ripples through the fanbase. Kody Brown was seen mocking his daughter Maddie, his eldest with Janelle Brown, by labeling her the gossip of the family. He downplayed the reasons his children might be distant, instead suggesting that it was unfair for them to expect him to be consistently present in the lives of his grandchildren. The moment wasn't just cringe-worthy, it was callous. Mykelti was quick to respond, not through the show, but via her own Patreon platform. And she didn't mince words. In a candid video, Mykelti called out her father's habit of shifting blame, refusing accountability, and emotionally distancing himself when things get hard. Instead of blaming the children, if he just said, "Look, I understand I did blank wrong. I'm sorry. Can we talk about it?" I feel like that would go such a long way, she told her subscribers. Mykelti's frustration wasn't just on Maddie's behalf, it was personal. She admitted that she, too, had confronted her father in the past about his missteps, only to be met with more deflection. "I have said, 'Look, Dad, this situation happened. I needed you to do this for me, and instead, you did it. You blamed somebody else, and because of that, we're having issues," she shared. Those words offered fans a rare peek behind the curtain, and they confirmed what many suspected: Mykelti's relationship with Kody had quietly deteriorated. Kody's tell-all confession, a hint at deeper drama. Fast forward to the Season 19 tell-all special. In the third installment, Kody dropped a cryptic comment that seemed to acknowledge ongoing friction with at least one of his children. Discussing a family event where he and Robin were allegedly kicked out, Kody alluded to a situation that left a deep emotional scar. "Yeah, they ked with us bad. And boy, it cost me dearly," he told host Sukanya Krishnan, without naming names. When pressed for more details, Kody declined to elaborate. "Let's just not talk about it," he said, implying the situation was too painful, or too damning, to address publicly. That wasn't the only clue. He also made a curious comment about physical affection, saying he now avoids showing PDA with Robin in front of Meri and Janelle. "Until Meri and Janelle are remarried, I will not show PDA to Robin in front of him." What does remarriage have to do with basic respect and family boundaries? Fans found the logic baffling, but the takeaway was clear: Kody feels cornered, resented, and defensive. And from Mykelti's earlier comments, we can infer she's had enough of it. Mykelti's unofficial breakup with her father. While Mykelti hasn't publicly confirmed a permanent rift, the writing is on the wall. Since her fiery Patreon remarks, she has limited her public involvement in family events involving Kody and Robin. She still engages with her siblings. She attended Gwen's engagement party and honored her late brother Garrison at his memorial, but the vibe has shifted. Her online content, which used to feature more family-centric narratives, has pivoted toward her own nuclear family with husband Tony Padron and their children. She is forging her own path, one that no longer involves smoothing things over between her father and the rest of the Browns. Kody's pattern of alienating his children. Kody's feud with Mykelti is not unique. It's just the latest in a long line of estranged relationships. He is known to have fractured connections with Gabe and Garrison. Janelle's sons. Kody admitted on camera that he hadn't spoken to either of them for months during the COVID lockdown era. Paydon, Christine's son Paydon, has publicly slammed his father multiple times, even joking about Kody's parenting style in various TikToks. Gwendolyn, Christine's daughter, she's been critical of her dad's treatment of her mom and how Kody handles conflict. Maddie, Janelle's daughter, her quiet distancing turned vocal when Kody's dismissiveness became too much to ignore. What all of these conflicts have in common is Kody's refusal to own up to his part in the breakdown. He uses phrases like "they chose to pull away," "they're influenced by gossip," or "they just don't understand," rather than expressing remorse. This pattern may have worked for him in the past, especially when the wives were still trying to hold the family together, but it no longer flies with his adult children, who are now empowered, vocal, and unafraid to call him out. Robyn Brown's role in the divide. While the article is about Kody and Mykelti, Robyn's role cannot be ignored. Kody's insistence on defending and prioritizing Robyn, at the cost of his other relationships, is often the final straw in these familial breakdowns. Mykelti was once one of Robyn's only defenders among the older Brown children. Inviting her to the birth of her twins was symbolic of their bond. For that to now be in jeopardy shows just how much Robyn's presence, or the way Kody flaunts it, continues to impact the family's ability to heal. It's not so much that Robyn is the problem, it's how Kody weaponizes his relationship with her. He uses it as a shield, a justification, and a distraction. When his kids express hurt, he makes it about their jealousy toward Robyn, rather than their valid emotional needs. The funeral fallout. What happened with Garrison's memorial? Perhaps the most damning piece of the puzzle involves Garrison Brown's funeral. Reports and subtle hints from the tell-all suggest something deeply unsettling occurred at the service that triggered a wave of anger and resentment. Kody's comments were chilling in their vagueness. It's a story that just cannot be told. There's something so vitally detrimental to your life, you're just not going to talk about it. Why so cryptic? What could have happened at the funeral of his own son that would be too painful, or damaging, to discuss on camera? Some fans speculate that Kody and Robyn's behavior at the service may have crossed a line. Perhaps they made the moment about themselves. Maybe they showed insensitivity toward Garrison's siblings. It's not hard to imagine a scenario where Kody was more focused on defending Robyn or policing others' grief than on mourning his son. If Mykelti witnessed something along those lines, it would explain her sudden silence and visible withdrawal from both Kody and Robyn. Can Kody rebuild trust with Mykelti? The short answer? Not likely, unless he radically changes. Kody's downfall as a father doesn't stem from any one explosive incident. It's death by 1,000 emotional cuts, failing to show up, dismissing his kids' feelings, deflecting blame, and choosing to protect his ego over fostering repair. Mykelti spelled out the blueprint for reconciliation herself. Acknowledge mistakes. Say sorry. Initiate honest conversations. But Kody hasn't followed those steps, not with her, not with Maddie, and not with the many other children who've quietly walked away from him. His strategy is to wait for them to come to him, while never offering the humility required to build a bridge. Final thoughts. A family torn by pride. The situation between Kody and Mykelti Brown is tragic but unsurprising. Kody has long struggled with letting go of control. As his adult children gain independence and perspective, they see through his narrative. They are no longer afraid to call out the pain he caused, and they're not interested in playing supporting roles in the Kody and Robyn show. What makes Mykelti's estrangement so impactful is that she wanted a relationship with her dad. She tried. She gave him access. And still, it wasn't enough, not because of her, but because Kody has yet to grow into the kind of father who chooses love over ego. Meri Brown of Sister Wives reverts to her former self after reaching her lowest point ever. Meri Brown talks about her friendship with Robyn in Sister Wives. In the most recent tell-all episode, Meri talked candidly about her friendship with Robyn. The Sister Wives star claims that she bears the burden of Robyn's suffering. This follows Robyn's expression of sorrow over the demise of her relationship with Meri. Meri Brown went on to say that she has been attempting to accept responsibility for their relationship's demise. However, she had to let go after reaching her breaking point. Although Meri regrets it, she doesn't experience the same sense of icy friendship as Robyn had. Has Meri dropped to her lowest point ever? On social media, some Sister Wives fans talked about the reasons why Meri Brown might have reached her lowest point ever. The OP claims that Meri started to exhibit signals of not wanting to reveal Kody and Robyn just when she was finally gaining their affection. Rather, she appeared to take pleasure in remembering some of her final moments with Kody and even being referred to as his favorite ex-wife. The poster was also offended by Meri's criticism of Christine for bringing up Kody while she was seated close to David Woolley. Others concurred, pointing out that Meri was never negatively criticized by Janelle or Christine, but it appears Meri is still adamant about trusting Kody and Robyn. Although Christine has overshared information about Meri, Meri ought to have kept her opinions about Kirstein to herself. Although I don't believe any of these women are malevolent, I do believe that their behavior has changed somewhat. Considering how upset Meri was.